bartenders, 20%, no drugs, no money hunters, no Raylos, no Ray Nobodies, none of that of any kind. We don't do that here. Gonna go out in the kitchen, gonna sit down in the kitchen, and then we may end up wandering down the basement so I can show you the project that will be. Here in Pennsylvania, they don't finish basements, so when you get it, you've got basically exposed wood and stuff, and it's just, it's not nothing to write home about. And if you want them to finish it, they'll ask you for more money, which of course they would. And so yeah, it's it's not happiness and joy like that. You got to figure out what you want there. When we went looking about, oh God, 6 months later after we moved, we went to an open house, and they had a bar in the basement. They had a really great movie room, which I was jealous of both, and then a separate place to work out in. And I'm like, but again, that was the model. You go into a model, that's not what you're buying. All right, you can buy the model when it's up for sale because they do sell them. But anyway, so we've got a lot of equity built up in this place, so we're gonna do something. The only problem is we've got to figure out what we're gonna do with a lot of stuff that we have stored down there. Good morning, Dave. A lot of books. I want to invest in bookshelves for my office, bookshelves for the upstairs, and bookshelves for the bedroom because there's room for it. So we can eliminate a bunch of them. And we got to figure out the Christmas stuff because that's not going anywhere. That is not going anywhere. Okay? No. Don't even ask. There should be, hey Vader Fanatic for Life, there should be, if we can do this right, let's say like we get a shed for outside, put all the garden stuff in the shed, put the Christmas stuff in the garage. A, it's upstairs so I'm not dragging it up the stairs. B, it eliminates the need for a lot of storage because there's storage space in the crawl space, by the stairs. And we got specific stuff we kind of want to put there that's very important. But I'll take you guys down there in a little while. Anyway, so Doomcock and others posted a video. He posted something yesterday about Gina definitely coming back. I'm pretty sure now. She posted a very interesting tweet about make room for what you pray for because it's coming. I don't know what that means. It's just all very fascinating, everything going on. And it's really interesting, the desperation in a lot of these Disney, I'll be right back. You know what I'm doing. In a lot of these Disney Star Wars fans, one girl shows up on Twitter and says, Rey isn't a Mary Sue, and then promptly got her ass kicked. As this is actually pretty good. Which is, par for the course. But yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna have some sort of announcement for tomorrow. I still think we're gonna have more of an inkling of what's going on. Maybe by the end of the day, I don't know. I say that, and then they just flop it right over. Disney does owe us some transparency, I think. It's just very interesting how, now I'm going to talk about that poster again. The poster that was tweeted out didn't have the prequels in it, didn't have sequels, didn't have Mandalorian. It just had OT. Interesting. Maybe it's just because of the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm, and that was really the first big movie to come out of Lucasfilm. But I think there's more to it. than that. First off, I'm going to be honest. Yes, Hayden Christensen's coming back, but Disney is very afraid of the prequels. There is a feeling. When I talked to that critic, and he was complaining about the prequels, it was very interesting how unified that feeling is of what they were and are. I got to admit, I was not impressed with that. They, like a lot of people say, if critics are people who can't, they can't, so they criticize. But it was very, very interesting to me, and I was a little bit flabbergasted. I basically said, I didn't like them when they came out. I went back and watched after I saw The Force Awakens, and I was very honest with him. I said, I thought I liked it, but when you leave a Star Wars movie and everyone's like this, yeah, sure, I heard it earned $2.3 billion. It didn't take back $2.3 billion. Okay, that's it. That's not what it net. That is not the profit that Disney made. Okay, and I honestly think they only report gross, so the movies sound like they're actually really making money, and even the ones that cost $1 billion to make don't. But anyway, I said, but I went back and watched the prequels again, and I realized how good they were, how good the stories were. And a lot of the people, I'm at best, Jake Lloyd, who, got totally bullied, and others, it was very interesting to me how unfounded the criticism was from the media, because it wasn't us fans that drove them out and did what they did. It was the media. The media attacked Hayden Christensen, and there are fans that attack him too. But I think it's, oh look, they're doing that, I must do it too, without, you're gonna find out in this world that a lot of people actually don't have the ability to think for themselves, which is why we have the left. Anyway, it was really interesting to me to have that conversation, because I said I went back and watched them and they're great stories. I said I don't think the criticism was fair, and he kind of was like, I said, I was very honest. I said the prequel, the sequels are trash. They are trash, and if you like them, fine, but they're not Star Wars. And it's really interesting that real fans are the only ones that really say that. The people are like, yeah, they were okay. No, because they know there's something wrong. If you're a critic, if you're afraid, if you criticize something Disney, that Disney's you can't come to this movie premiere, and you can't get the screener we're sending out, and all the perps, they're afraid. They're afraid, but they're also very into this area where they think they know better than the fans or the filmmaker. And that was the thing that always that blew my mind. It's like, you don't know more about this than George Lucas. Okay, you don't. So that was interesting. But yeah, the prequels aren't on that poster either. But I think that's more of a Disney than a snub. You would think Disney would be proud of their sequel trilogy enough to have it on a tweet, and they're not. Now, if you go and look at the whole poster, it's there, but it's sort of on the ends of each thing, and when you look at it, there's nothing dominating about it at all. it's just very interesting to me, the reaction of sequel trilogy fans and Ray Blows and all the rest of them. I'm very, very mystified, uh, you know, by people who say they like it, who aren't Raylos, and you know, and I know, they all know it's bad. They all know they all know the sequels suck. They all know that Kyle Ron is a shitty character, and Adam Driver's overrated, and he talks he's got a ball of yarn in his mouth, and that his balls haven't dropped. I mean, he sounds like a teenage boy. There's nothing masculine about his voice at all. I'm having a hard time with these young new actors because I just can't. I don't get it. Henry Cavill really is the only actor out there that strikes me as being, you know, a real dude. But the rest of these guys, the Chris Pines, the Adam Drivers, the Chris Evans, are like, you know, very wimpy, very cheesy, very effete, and I don't like it. I mean, cripes, when you think about frickin' Rock Hudson being more masculine than Adam Driver, that says a lot. It says a lot. You know, it's just, you know, it's really just, it's fascinating to me. But yeah, they were upset, and we talked a little bit about that. The fact that that particular part of the poster was constricted for that, and I think that's actually the poster you can get. Here's a question, and Doomcock put it out there. What does it mean? Do you think Kathleen Kennedy would allow a poster without her avatar Ray and the rat-faced boy not being in it? You know? Mandalorian isn't in the poster, the big one, by the way. Okay? No, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. That says a lot. There are a lot of things they're saying quite a bit right now. It's just going to be really fascinating the next few weeks. You know, I still think we're going to find out something more specific in the next day or so, because it's May the 4th, and it's Bad Batch day. I probably will watch it just because I would like to be able to talk about what I saw. You know, I had to post a hilarious statement on one of the Bad Batch teaser drops on Star Wars Facebook page. How many sequel trilogy fans won't know what the word Omega means? They won't. They won't. This is how poorly educated these guys are. It means the end in Greek. Alpha is the beginning, Omega is the end. There you go. They won't know that, though. You'd have to tell them that. But yeah, I think there's stuff going on. I'm pretty convinced. I'm pretty happy. Gina's tweet about make room for things you prayed for because they're coming. That is a lot. There's just a lot of weirdness going on. I haven't looked, actually. Should we go do this? Should I do this? Shall I? Shall we? Howdy, Mad Piranha. Let's go. It's not even sunny out. It's supposed to be raining today. Okay, whatever. Let's go here and see if anything new was posted on if the troublemakers have been saying anything revealing. I know they're all kind of acting like there's nothing going on, but you can usually get an idea about what's going on, and then we'll go down and check out the basement so I can show you the space we've got and what we've got to do down there. I've wanted a basement with a bar in it since since we moved here. You know, like I said, and I want to be able to watch movies down there too. And really, I'd like to take the TV set out of this room. You know, put it like, I don't know, in the bedroom or something, and get it out of the front room. The front room should be a place for people to hang out, and it should be nice, and it should be kept nice. Anyway, and that's my opinion. But let's see, Matt Martin Twitter. Please hit the like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do it. 14 seconds ago. He's reposting. All right. Here you guys. So, I don't know what this is. Let's look. That's it. That's what he's doing. This, they posted this on their Facebook page, and we are slowly but surely crushing them. There's Omega. How much you want to bet Matt doesn't know what that word means? But these were all just today. That's it. Let's see if he posted anything since, because these were just like recent. 1 hour ago. You know, we gotta make sure, we gotta keep our eyes on this clown. I mean, I'm okay. There, this is, he doesn't talk to anybody. They're not talking. They're not talking in public anyway. They're not, you know, we should, this guy right here, this Phil Sostak. Let's check out this ass clown. Let's check out this guy. So, there's this pinned tweet from 2020. Garbage. Absolute garbage. Yeah, these guys, I have a feeling these guys know that the end is coming. I really do. And the reason simply is they're not talking about anything. They're not. They're not talking to fans. They're not getting, you know, like they used to get in arguments with people. Sostak was horrible at it. Yeah, they know the shit's hitting the fan, or has hit the fan. But, you know, I mean, they might, you know. Oh, thanks, man. It's Drunk 3PO, of course. You know, I don't, you know, so we just gotta play the waiting game right now with these people, because that's what it is. And it's the truth. So, if this actually works, I will try to take you guys downstairs for a real quick jaunt and show you Yeah, we might get yelled at by my dog because he thinks he's going with. But what's the rule about the dog? I either pay attention to him or pay attention to you. I can't do both because he is crazy and gets himself into trouble. So here we are going down to the basement, and we'll show you guys the space. We're gonna get these steps with nice hardwood on here. But remember, this is a brand new house, and this is it. And we're thinking this is where the bar is gonna be. And then over here, this is where the movie thing will be. This is all my Christmas stuff. And over here, I don't know. Those are all Christmas trees, by the way, right there. More stuff, videos. This is the workout area. Yeah, Dave, we're doing it, I think, this winter time. So, because it's cheaper. It'll cost some money, but, you know, we've got a lot of ideas. I just got to figure it out. Like, when I come down here and look at it, it doesn't seem as big as it is. So if I do want to put the bar here somewhere and do place for wine glasses and whatever there, and then have it like right here, and then have the movies over here. And you know, I think that'll be pretty good. The problem is this stuff right here. Don't know what we're gonna do with it. Notice I have a huge candle collection. And then this stuff here. That's not going anywhere. So we got to figure that out. And, you know, we've got this area, which, yeah, that's a safe. And that's my workout stuff. My dog actually can't, this thing right here. That dog actually carries that out and around because he thinks it belongs to him. Yeah, it does, but it kind of has to. But this is the storage place, and there's stuff we want to put in here. It's also if we have a tornado. I can, you know, yeah, it's a pretty big safe. You know, but we want to. I think there's some unexcavated areas in here, and if that's the case, we'll probably have a vault put in, more than a safe. So, but you know, over here, gee, I wonder what that is. All of Mommy's stuff for Kay. I see her Western saddle. I see a machine that doesn't work. And I see an English saddle. And a bareback pad. So, yeah, I mean, that's okay stuff there. You know, but it's going to be, you know, I can't wait to be able to have this going. And the reason is I'll be able to do all of my broadcasts and channel stuff from there, which I think will be freaking awesome. I think it'll be great. And, you know, but we'll have to see. We'll see what happens. You know, lots of stuff between now and then. Plans change, whatever. But it'd just be nice to be able to have a place that's comfortable where we can talk and, you know, I can invite people over to watch a movie or whatever. And, you know, put my movie stuff up. Yes, there will be a movie Christmas tree. Yes, there will be a bar Christmas tree. You know, there will be a bar Christmas tree, which would be awesome. But anyway, I can't really think of anything else to talk about. It's kind of a slow news day today. You know, just the Gina Carano thing. And yes, I do think she's coming back. I don't know when or how, I what I'm gonna do is do a movie studio thing, but I'm gonna stream from it or a movie like you can sit and watch. And it's not gonna be a theater where you have the projector up there because I don't like those. It's just gonna be a really big screen TV. I mean, I went to Best Buy and they had like an 80-inch TV in there, and I was like this. Because I could just imagine watching Star Wars and Raiders of the Lost Ark and, even Rogue One on it, Clone Wars or whatever. I could imagine watching those and just having a great time. And it would make more sense to stream in a place, in a space like that, than, other places. I've actually got a life-size Han Solo that Dave Pensack sent me. So he may show up in there, even though I think I may just set him up, like if we go somewhere, I may set him up in like the library so people can see him. So they won't try to break in the house because they think there's someone there. Um, but this will be really cool when it's done. And I just like the idea of having a big TV down there to be able to watch, to like if you wanted to do a watch party, everybody gets to sit around and watch, and I think that'll just be great. And from the bar, because then I could actually have live from the cantina, and maybe have something out and pressed, like steal the smuggler's cantina over the bar. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. We'll think about it. That'll be neat. But really, there's not a whole lot. Yeah, if we go through with it, and Rudy knows how much I want to do it, then we'll have. It'll be great. It'll be cool. It'll be, yeah. It'll be awesome. But really, there's nothing else going on. I mean, the Derby, I was a bit disappointed. My horse came in sixth, I think. But Medina Spirit, he's a good little horse. And the rule of thumb is a good little horse can beat a good big horse. Okay? And Medina Spirit he's all that. I mean, he's a really good horse, and I hope he continues to do well. And I should have known better. Never bet against Baffert. Just don't do it. Okay? And the reason is he knows what he's doing. And what else on the Derby? Oh, the one trainer I hate more than any of them, Todd Pletcher, put 4 horses in the race, and I don't even think he finished in the money. I hate that guy. I can't stand him. God, he's arrogant. People like that in sports annoy the shit out of me, and always have. But anyway, really, that's it. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I know Marvel dropped a trailer that everyone's complaining about, and it's basically now the MCU. Maybe they're taking their woke stuff out of Star Wars and putting it into Marvel. I wish I cared, but I can't stand superhero shit. I really can't. The last Marvel movie I watched that I liked was Iron Man. Interestingly enough, written and directed by Jon Favreau. But that's it. I don't, I'm not interested in that. I mean, I'm just sitting here waiting. I think the best thing we can do as Star Wars fans is to wait. There's a new book out. It is not printed by Yeah, yeah, at least they are. Um, it is not. It is not being produced by Del Rey Books. It is called Heart of the Jedi. It was a book that basically explains everything that happened immediately after the fall of Vader and Palpatine on Endor. And it fits in nicely between Return of the Jedi and Truce at Bakura. So it's on Amazon. I got it. I'm waiting for it to show up. And I advise you guys to get your own copy. This is a book that was lost, and they finally got it back. And so far, Disney's leaving them alone. The move and the money you spend is all going to charity. So, it costs about $12. I'm hoping it's worth it. It should just be very, very interesting. Coming now. Luke actually goes on a journey, I think, to find something Ben Kenobi had left him, or there was something that he had to find. It's got a description, and when I saw it was out there, I immediately jumped on the bandwagon for that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to wait. I personally can't wait to see it. It'll be a pretty interesting read. But other than that, that's it, man. I mean, there's no Star Wars movie. Heart of the Jedi is what it's called. And when I get it, I'll take a picture of it. It should be pretty interesting. It's not a Del Rey title. It was written in 1993, and it just never was printed. They never put it out. Random House, or who was it, Bantam? Can't remember who. Well, it wasn't that. It was something about, remember, or something about make room for what you prayed for because it's coming. No, it's on the 10th, C-Man. The next investor call. And if we don't get any movement tomorrow, Valiant Renegade is basically like, we'll get movement. We'll hear. They have to address something on the 10th. And we might be disappointed. All right, I'm going to tell you right now. But I don't think so. There's something really weird afoot. I mean, when you've got, Matt Martin retweeting Bob Iger, come on. Get your lips off his ass, okay? I know what you're doing. And he does too, okay? So stop it, all right? It's just, you could post any, tweet about the opening of Disneyland. He picked Bob Iger's. Oh, I remember what I was going to talk about. And this is kind of news. There is a comic book, Darth Vader 11, whereas Vader gets into it with Palpatine and ends up discovering what's been going on in Exegol. And there's a hand sitting there, and it's either Anakin's hand or it's Luke's. It's like, this is, and I'm going to tell you guys something, because comicbook.com posted about it. Bounding in the Comics did too. I tell you guys something. Here's the deal. The Story Group and Kennedy's people are desperate to make the ST relevant. This is why they do things like this. Don't look at this book as canon. It is not. Because in the rules of Star Wars canon are, and I'm going to be very frank, the books are mostly not canon. Yep, that's it. That's it, Dave. So when I heard that and people were rolling their eyes, their eyes. In fact, Doomcock had the guy from Bounding Into Comics talking about it. I'm like, this is, I don't, first off, that book probably was written a year ago. Maybe even, the ST isn't relevant to anybody except for the 5 fans that like it. But the deal is this. The books, unless they're novels written, the novels that go along with the movies aren't canon. Okay, so the reason why a lot of people look at the EU as not being canon is because technically it wasn't. Okay, technically. Now, I disagree with that. You've got, 35 years of these stories. They eventually get ingrained in people's thoughts and minds, and they become canon whether you want it to or not. You can't just say one day, okay, we're not doing that anymore. You can't. But if you're a Maoist like Pablo Hidalgo, you can pretend that doesn't exist, but it still does. I mean, I don't know how they do that, but it's just very interesting to me. It's something you guys should just check out. Don't buy the comic. I don't think you can anyway, because I don't really see where there are any comic books for sale anymore. In fact, in our Barnes and Noble, I don't see any Star Wars comic books. Okay, all right. In fact, the last Star Wars book I saw was at our Target last week, and it was Justina Ireland's Racist Tome. So yeah, but this, they're desperate to make it so they can't get rid of the sequel trilogy, that they can't override it. Okay. Oh, where'd you hear that, old redneck nerder? Is that just, where'd you hear that? I mean, if she's in exile, but she is not the one that has to go. They all do. In fact, I would almost rather see Pablo leave now and then her leave. Just because. But if she goes and he's still there, his days are numbered. They won't, Favreau or whoever takes over won't tolerate that shit. Pablo's a liar. And he's a manipulator. And I'm going to assume that's how he did whatever. When he was a kid, was able to get what he wanted. But he's really got to go. Yeah, they do. They really do. They have to, like I said, send them all to Marvel. I have no fucks to give about Marvel. I never have. I never will. Star Wars is up there with Lord of the Rings and the Chronicles of Narnia. Marvel is, to me, Kmart. Blue Light Special. I don't... Yeah, they are. I do agree with that one. I didn't listen to Gary and Doomcock last night because I was asleep. Yeah, they are hiding stuff. They're not... Hi, House Atreides. They're not telling us anything. They're playing everything very... And I think the reason why is they're waiting for the official word. Because I honestly do... When I start thinking about it, Doomcock says we're not going to hear anything official. I think we will. Yeah, they've heard something. I have a theory that something happened over the weekend or over the last weekend, whenever they all got together and talked, or an email floated, or whatever. But this is something. I know there's something going on. I know it. I'm not. I don't. I'm not going to sit there and say anything about drunk, because I don't think he would compromise his relationship with Gina. I think that would be unfair to her, and I think he has way too much respect for her to do that. So I don't think he would do that. I think it's coming from somewhere else. I think John Favreau. I really think. I'm going to say this. I think he is the one making sure that Doomcock gets what he gets, because this stuff is really specific and it's very targeted. I feel a sense of calm. You know, I want the word so we can yub nub. You know, I want the word so we can party like rock stars. I will do a music video. We will get drunk here. We will raise total hell. You know, it'll be freedom. You know, yeah, it's something is happening, and I said this. Oh yeah, it will be the biggest party in history. I said this. You can bank on it. She posted a picture of Iger with that T-shirt. Iger came to her defense. Okay, Iger came to her defense, because you don't post stuff like that about Bob Iger. All right, you just don't. I mean, as much as I don't like the guy, his position in the world is a place where you have to respect him. Okay, he is the chairman of the board of the Disney Corporation. Okay, you don't fuck with him. And there he is in a T-shirt. Gina Carano did nothing wrong. Thanks, Bob. It could happen tomorrow. Uh, uh, May 10th, or whenever they're having the QE2 quarterly meeting, JPEG can announce it. I just want to hear Grace Randolph say, this just came in, and Lucasfilm is purging the story group. Pablo Hidalgo has been fired. You think I went nuts when Chuck Wendig lost his Vader comic? And the reason is this. Finally, people can say, hey, you know what? Okay, back. Sorry, some spam caller from California called, and of course, everything has to stop and worship them. And it stops my stream, but what was going on here? No, it just, I've got, maybe my husband will help me set up my upstairs thing so I can actually do this upstairs and invite people on, finally. But it'll be, I mean, you know, I think we're going to hear soon. I think we're going to hear very soon. It's been a very long time that any real big news leaked. I mean, I'm getting bored. I turn on Midnight's Edge and they're talking about stuff, and then the guys sound bored, and I'm like, you know, they've ruined Star Trek so bad I don't care. I'm not a Doctor Who fan. I've always thought Doctor Who was stupid. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Um, an 8:05. All right, guys, I gotta go. Somebody just left me a phone message, and it actually looked like someone I know that you guys know. I'll talk to you later. See you around the galaxy.